Hello, Libra love. It's Kat here from Selfunity. Welcome to your divine full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces reading. I'm so grateful to be here with you today, love. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. Now, today's reading is part one of a three-part series that I am creating to help us to receive the guidance that you need to help you through this eclipse season that we are working through. Okay, so for part one today, we are tapping in to the energy of the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is happening on Sunday, September 7th. And then part two, we will tap into the energy of the new moon solar eclipse. And then part three will be the messages of guidance that you need to help you integrate all the lessons and experience is that eclipse season was offering to you throughout this entire period of eclipse season. All right, loves. So for today's reading, we are just going to jump right in and start pulling your cards and see what messages of guidance you need to receive to help you work through this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Okay, now full moon lunar eclipses are all about release and healing, letting go in order to allow yourself to transform. Okay, so there could be something that you're experiencing, something that you're holding on to. I feel like you're holding on to it very tightly, something that you're not willing to release, that this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces will be highlighting for you. Okay, so we have 12, the patient witch. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. All right, so we have a major arcana coming out. And then we also have 8 of Wands, light a fire underneath your cauldron, and go, go, go. Okay, two very contrasting messages there. One telling us to sit still, another telling us, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I will share the messages that are coming through with this. Okay, we have 5, the Hierophant. Tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. We also had this extra card want to come out for you. We have 6 of Cups. Give yourself the compassion you were never given. Let's see if we can make some space for that extra card here. Okay. So what I'm seeing with your cards here, Libra, is that you are in this energy. Well, I feel like you've been in this energy of really learning when to go and when to sit still. Okay, when to move forward, when to hang back. There's like this push and pull energy that you keep experiencing, which is very much one of the like energetic archetypes of your sign, Libra, because that's the energy of like creating balance, of knowing when to move forward versus knowing when to hang back a little bit. Okay, and I feel like you are learning lessons about that specific energetic archetype in your sign. Okay, so and because we have the Hierophant here, which is all about like your own divine wisdom, your intuitive wisdom. And so I feel for you, Libra, that this full moon lunar eclipse is really highlighting your awareness around really tapping into your divine wisdom. Okay, like, so what Spirit's coming in and saying is that you don't need external validation in order to know when to sit still, when to hang back, versus when to move forward with something. Okay, so you are most likely working through this energy of really letting go of and releasing any like energetic imprints where other people may have told you to do something a certain way, or just like energetic imprints that maybe you've taken on of just like conditioned beliefs or conditioned ways of being, or just seeing that other people are doing things a certain way and taking on the assumption that you have to do it that way. And so you're really learning how to release those expectations and judgments and conditionings as to like how other people have told you to do something, or how you were taught to do things, or just how you're seeing other people doing things. And you're recognizing and learning that you get to do things in a different way because you have this really beautiful intuitive gift of just knowing when you need to sit still a little bit versus when you're able to move forward with something, okay? Okay, let's see if we can get a little more here, Libra. Your message is very straightforward, and I feel like there's more. Like we need to go a little deeper. I feel that, Libra, there is something from your past, possibly even childhood, because Six of Cups is all about nostalgia and childhood. And so I feel, and we even have like these, this looks like more youthful energy here, and they're looking up and learning from this teacher, the wise witch there, the wise hierophant. And so what I'm getting with that is that this energy that you're working through right now and coming into the realization and recognition of your divine wisdom, of your intuitive gifts, it's more like a remembrance. You're coming back into remembering just how intuitive you are, just how gifted you are, okay? And so this may look different for every single one of you that's tuning in, where your intuitive gifts are very unique to you. It's not just about knowing when to sit still and when to move forward. There are other aspects of your intuition that you are tapping into and remembering, not necessarily learning about. It's like you are learning about them, but once you kind of relearn that this is how you're able to do things and move about your life, you then recognize that it's something that you've always done or that you once did when you were a child, okay? And so I'm getting this message where it could be very simple around, I'm kind of getting this message around like manipulation, where maybe you're trying to receive something from somebody and they're not giving it to you. And so you have this intuitive way of maybe like almost like charming people or just convincing them to give you the things that you need in order to get the next step done. Okay, so I'm seeing that in terms of like career and job, where maybe you've told an employee or a fellow coworker that you need some documents from them, and just weeks and weeks have gone by and they haven't done it. And you just maybe keep arguing with them about it, but you take a moment to like pause, tap into your intuition, and recognize where that block is coming from within yourself. And then you go and initiate a new conversation, or you just initiate a new energetic way of viewing this situation, like shifting your perspective. And that in itself naturally kind of guides the other person to give you the documents that you need. They finally get the work done, and then you're able to move on and start going into the next step, next stages of that process. Okay, so these gifts are very unique to you and very unique to you. Okay. Okay, let's see what else is coming up. Spirit's like taking your message is coming in with like this soft fluidity, and then it's like, okay, we're done, let's go to the next thing. It's like very structured almost, and I'm not used to channeling in that way. I'm used to like going really fast, but your energy is like almost like this contrasting energy here, where it's like, okay, let's sit still, let's wait for the message. It comes in, let's go, and it's like, okay, we gave that message, let's wait a little bit. And that's like very much the energy that you're in here. So that's why I'm like, okay, Spirit, what's going on? But thank you for hanging out with me here today, Libra, to gift you these messages. I'm just so tapped into your energy. Okay, so, another message that was coming through was around this card, the Hierophant here. So somebody may also be a teacher. So that may be confirmation for somebody. This also reminds me of like that scene in the movie Hocus Pocus when all the children are going out into the street in the night. So that movie may be significant to somebody. Somebody may be getting some new shoes, or maybe even decluttering, maybe clearing out their closet. So maybe when you're in periods of stillness, Libra, Spirit's coming in and saying that a good practice for you would be to clear out the clutter, move the energy in your immediate environments by cleaning out things, clearing out the clutter. We also have the cat energy here. So cat energy may be significant to somebody, feline energy, lioness energy. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards now. So we are pulling oracle cards from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. Let's see what your oracle cards are here. So we have haunted house, number 22. The things that haunt you are the things you have yet to let go of. Yes, right next to what I just shared about decluttering, needing to let go of things, okay? And then the next card we have is Coven, number 9. I am you and you are me. When we come together, we are always seek. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different messages from these cards here. First, with the haunted house card, Libra. What are you holding on to that you really need to let go of? This is either a physical object or a relationship for most of you. Okay, and when I say relationship, it doesn't just mean like physical relationships with people. This could be a relationship with an environment, a relationship with a habit. There's it's like a connection, some kind of connection that you're needing to let go of. And you have fears around letting go of this thing, okay? And you already know what this is as I'm saying this. But for some of you, this could also be an object, okay? Maybe there's a couple objects that you have and you're really not sure if you should let them go or not. Maybe they have sentimental value to you because we have the Six of Cups here. But they're not things that really ignite a sense of joy within you. They're more things that trigger hard feeling memories. Okay, like when you see these objects, when you hold these objects, you're not ignited with a sense of joy and passion and peace. It's more like you hold these objects and a weight of sadness, a weight of pain, anger, frustration comes over you. And so that in itself is a sign that it's time to let it go. It's time to clear it out. Okay, so if you need to do some type of special release ceremony, you can do that. But Spirit's also saying just throw it away. Just get rid of it because that will open up the energetic lines for new things to come in or new experiences that are connected to these objects that bring you joy. Okay, so when I say that, I mean you may be holding on to objects from like past relationships. And I'm going to use the example of a romantic relationship. So say you're keeping some things from your ex, and every time you like see those items, you're like, oh, I really love this sweater. But every time I see it or wear it now, I'm just reminded of the terrible disconnection that we had or the terrible connection that we had when we were together. And it's just a reminder of all that pain. And so Spirit's saying when you allow yourself to release that physical object, you also release all the emotional and mental energy that you're carrying by keeping that physical object. And so Spirit's really saying just throw it away, just get rid of it, donate it if you're able to, but just get it out so that way it's no longer triggering those emotional and mental attachments of pain, and it allows new connections in that aspect to open up for you, okay? Which is what this Coven card is about, okay? New connections, new relationships, new practices taking place of what it is that you're letting go physically and energetically. So this is really about letting go of those physical objects or practices that are preventing you from receiving what you want in place of it. Spirit's also saying with Coven here, if you need extra help in clearing some things out, or Spirit's also coming in and bringing us back to like learning about your intuitive gifts, learning how to navigate this slow and fast energy, this push and pull energy. Reach out to your Coven, reach out to your close loved ones, your family, your friends, because they know you best and they will be able to help offer you insight and guidance when you are working through this energy of relearning more about yourself and how you connect with others, how you connect with your environment, and they'll also be able to help you possibly work through the emotional energy, frustration, struggle that comes with letting go of objects that have nostalgic meaning to you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your last two oracle cards now, Libra. So this deck has a little bit of a different energy. This is Beyond Lemuria oracle cards, but it was really calling to me for these readings So let's see what these oracle cards want to activate within you, Libra. Okay, we have third eye chakra, number 8, pineal perspective. Third eye chakra, pineal perspective. This is all about your intuition, your intuitive gifts. Okay, so Spirit's saying you may want to gaze at this card for a moment because these cards, these illustrations are deeply activating. And just by looking at this, there may be some codes that help awaken you or bring you back into that state of remembrance that we talked about within yourself and your intuitive gifts. But third eye chakra, your third eye is definitely being activated. Your intuitive gifts are definitely expanding. And I just keep hearing there's a remembrance, which is perfect with this being the card number 8, because 8 represents this energy of like what goes around comes around, and if it's meant to be yours, it will come back to you. And so that may be also connected to this energy of letting go and release. If you are meant to have those items or those relationships or those connections, those habits, those patterns again, then they will return to you, just as the remembrance of your intuitive gifts is returning to you now. Okay, so all things kind of come back. It's kind of like that pendulum swing, things kind of go out and then they come back, they go out and come back. And the same thing with this balance that you're learning here with this learning how to rest, learning how to take time off, versus learning when it's time to go, when it's time to be busy, when it's time to push yourself. Okay, so Libra, we covered a lot in your reading today, and I feel that is because you are working through a lot of energy where you're constantly working through these heavy bouts of like go, 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 get things done, forcing energy, pushing energy, and then you push so much that you come into this space of just absolutely needing to kind of fall back into yourself, rest, and reflect. So this eclipse season is also offering you the insight to recognize where you may be pushing too much, so that way you don't overgive, you don't overfill up your schedule, your tank, and you know that you just know what it is that you're able to take on versus what it is that you can maybe say no to at this time, which you can release, which you can delegate to other people, or what you can push back a little bit on your schedule, so that you're not constantly falling back into this space of like needing to just completely surrender and rest. So burnout, essentially, we're wanting to keep you away from burnout, which is something that you are learning and working through at this time too. Okay, so take it easy on yourself as you work through this eclipse season, because you are deeply being activated in your third eye and your intuition and intuitive gifts, and at the same time you're clearing out and releasing a lot of energy. Okay, so make sure that you take care of yourself, you make time for yourself, your self-care needs, as you work through this expansion and release. All right, Libra loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel so you can check out parts 2 and 3 of your eclipse season readings. And just thank you so much once again, my love. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, bye.